So, welcome to the live session. In today's live session, I'm going to discuss about what is the difference between the traditional marketing and the digital marketing and which one to choose for your business. Okay, because not every business is ready to go on with traditional marketing and not every business is ready to go on with digital marketing. So, in this particular live session, I'm gonna take you through the differences between a traditional and the digital marketing and which one to choose for your business. For people watching me live, welcome to this live session. Hi, Blash. Thanks for joining me. I hope everything is all right with you and your family and everything. So, guys, as I mentioned, okay, this session is all about traditional marketing and digital marketing and the differences in which one to choose. All right. So usually what happens is that whenever we go to a client and say marketing, hey, we do marketing and stuff, they're gonna ask marketing in the sense what you do. Like, do you distribute posters? Do you go office to office, door to door, and promote a product? No, that's not the only way of doing marketing. All right. So marketing is all about promoting the product. Okay. So we can promote a product in multiple ways. There were multiple channels to promote a product, and it's all about the business owner who need to decide which channel fits for the particular business, because not every channel fits for a business, for a particular business. So we need to choose the channel which fits for them. We need to decide on the channel which fits for them. Not every business owner know which channel fits for the business, because that's the reason why they are in confusion and they were failing at generating a lot of leads, because every business has an opportunity to generate a ton of leads when they use their resources properly. Okay, so whenever people fail at understanding what kind of lead generation strategy or what kind of lead generation medium suits their business, uh, when they don't understand that, they do fail at generating leads, and probably they might end up in closing the business at some point of time. All right, so now in this particular live session, I'm going to help the business owners like them with some lead generation, the different digital marketing, the different marketing techniques, which is traditional and what do we call the digital thing. All right, so first, let me give you some proper definitions about what is traditional marketing and what is digital marketing. Okay, so traditional marketing is a kind of marketing, is a kind of promoting a product using the traditional methods. What are the traditional methods? All right, the traditional methods are posters, billboards, paper advertisements, and distributing some pamphlets, going door to door, doing a lot of things, right? So anything which you do offline is that will come under this traditional marketing. All right, so whatever you do, probably if you want to go ahead and give some paper advertisement, that comes under uh, traditional marketing. Whenever you want to give some, what do we call, a billboard advertisement, that comes under traditional marketing. Okay, so traditional marketing is something which we don't use a digital device. Okay, all right. So now, what is digital marketing? As the name says, yeah, the marketing which we does, the way we promote the product on using digital mediums is called digital marketing. So the digital marketings include Facebook advertising, Google advertising, social media marketing, SEO, and there were a lot of other things, email marketing, content marketing. There were a lot of other types of marketing techniques. All right. So when it comes to digital marketing, so anything, any kind of promotion which involves this digital media, which is a laptop or a tablet or whatever it is, or a mobile phone or whatever it is, whenever an ad displayed on any of these devices, that way of promoting the product is called digital marketing. All right. So this is the difference, major difference between what is a digital marketing and what is a traditional marketing. Do you have any questions, guys? If you have any questions, you can comment below. We can just comment so I can see your comments and probably answer them somewhere. Okay. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment below. All right. So now let me quickly go through which kind of businesses suits which kind of marketing. All right. So whenever you are doing, whenever you assume that probably yours is a textile business. Okay, maybe yours is a not textile, even textile businesses work with digital marketing. Even textile businesses can be promoted using digital marketing. Okay, so probably we need to consider businesses which require traditional marketing. Probably, I'm not sure, guys. You have any suggestions? You have any suggestions for businesses which require traditional marketing? Probably businesses such as TV advertisements, TV advertisements in cable TV, cable television, or local television, or something like this require traditional marketing because people need to go door to door, and that's one of the kind of business which requires traditional marketing. Even that can be transformed online. Okay, so guys, you need to understand one thing. Okay, even if it's a digital marketing or if it's a traditional marketing, okay, any business suits the needs, but it always, whenever you want to do it effectively, you need to choose the right platform. All right, so even what I mentioned, the cable TV, the cable television business can also be advertised online. Okay, but usually most of the people choose to do that offline, just because whenever you're advertising a traditional business online on platforms like YouTube, Netflix, sorry, Netflix doesn't do advertising right now, although they are introducing the advertising and stuff. But right now, probably Amazon Prime or something like that. Okay, Hotstar, using these platforms. Okay, but of course, they were already streaming some content on platform, and now what do you want to do by promoting your TV business, television business? That's not going to work, right? So these kind of businesses do not require major digital advertising. So whenever your business is not digitally advertised, whenever you feel like your business, even your customers are not online, whenever you feel like your customers don't hop on to Facebook, YouTube, and spend some time, then those kind of businesses need to prefer traditional advertising. But I'm not pretty sure what kind of people don't spend time on YouTube or Facebook. That would be strange if that is a yes. If people really don't spend time on Facebook and YouTube during these days, okay. But yeah, whenever you need to decide in this way, whenever if you feel like your audience don't spend any time on Facebook or Google, then you need to go with traditional advertising. And if you feel like your audience will spend time on Facebook or Google, then you need to go with traditional advertising. Okay, so okay, you might stay in a situation where both traditional advertising and digital advertising suits your business. Okay, you haven't really tried, but you're in a situation where both the traditional and this digital advertising suits your business. Okay, what to do then? Okay, now guys, see, let me give you some major difference. Okay, let me give you some major difference. Using traditional advertising, you can't measure the results. So assume that you have printed some 100 posters to distribute in some local store or a market. So you can't really target the right people for your business who needs your service, and you can't really assume whether this guy will throw your particular poster or use it for some other purpose. You can't really assume, okay? Or you don't even have a count. Maybe the guy who's distributing these posters might throw the 100 of these posters in some garbage. He might do that just to finish his job as early as possible. So we can't really count on that, okay? So for the same reason, guys, okay, digital advertising can be counted. This digital advertising can be tracked. Okay, so people can't throw this digital advertising, the clicks, the money into shit. You got me right. So whenever you're spending spending some good money, like if you're spending some $1 on an ad, you will understand how many people clicked on the ad, how many people have visited the ad, how many people have visited the landing page. So everything is being tracked. It's not just about paid advertising, but also whenever you're doing some social media stuff, okay, every post will be shown clearly. Like whenever someone has followed you or liked your post, that is being tracked. Whenever someone has commented on your post, that is being tracked. Even the number of people, even the number of people which has shown, even the number of people which has seen the ad, the number of accounts it has reached, okay, can also be seen. Okay, you understand, right? Okay. Okay, there's a question from Ramdev Yadav. So, hi Ramdev Yadav, thanks for putting this question. It's a great question actually. So the question is, guys, you can see that on my screen. Okay, so you can see that question on my screen right now. So, can a business be more successful if we use both digital and traditional? What's your opinion on this? Will you suggest this type of marketing? All right. So, Ramdev, that's a great question. Okay, so see, whenever you feel like you can invest, see, even both traditional and digital advertising requires a lot of resources. All right, both of these kind of marketing techniques requires a lot of resources. That means if probably if you're doing some digital advertising, you need to have some people to design your post. If you're doing some paid advertising, you need to have some money in place, and the same thing applies for traditional marketing too. Okay, so what I suggest is, if you need to measure the results, okay, you need to measure the success. Okay, do a 1 month of traditional advertising and note down what is the amount you spend. Just track the investment. Okay, so assume that you're doing some, you're distributing some posters. Okay, so you have invested like 10,000 rupees in printing out all the posters. Okay, and you have hired a guy to distribute those posters at different markets. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to note down every investment you have made and the time you have spent to do that, and count on the ROI in the sense the return on investment. Okay, just count on the ROI. Just see which which kind of like whenever you distribute 100 posters, what is the ROI you've got? You've got one call or two calls. What is the amount of calls you've got? Okay, so just track them. Even when it comes to digital advertising, do the same. Okay, so probably what you can do is, when you're spending 10,000 rupees on Facebook advertising, see how many people have reached out to you, how many conversions you got, measure the ROI and everything. Okay, now you got results. You've tracked the results for 1 month for both traditional and digital advertising. Now you need to measure which one is giving you the best ROI, because whenever you're spending 10,000 rupees on something, and if traditional advertising is giving much better results than digital advertising, of course you're gonna go ahead and proceed with the one which is giving you the best results. And if digital advertising is giving you the better results, of course you're going to go ahead with digital advertising instead of wasting one more month or one more 10,000 on spending on digital traditional advertising. All right, so the first step I prefer is I do measure results, because it's not that we need to show up everywhere. Okay, it's not that we need to show up on every platform, every wall, every billboard. It's all about getting an ROI, right? So what I feel is, it's always better to invest on effective ROIs. Okay, that means whenever you're receiving some effective ROI using a kind of medium, using a kind of different marketing technique, invest there. Don't really go yourself in doing some multiple things, multiple way of marketing. Yeah, you can do that. See, that is not wrong. Okay, so doing both traditional and digital advertising is never wrong. Okay, so but what I suggest is measure results. Okay, don't blindly do that. Measure results, and whenever you are seeing some good ROI, just cut the ones which are not generating you some good effective ROI, and invest on the ones which are generating some good return on investment. All right, so that's my opinion. All right, so I hope I answered your question, Ramdev Yadav, and thanks for participating in the live and asking the question. Not everyone have this kind of gut. Okay, so you are already one step ahead of doing this. So I hope I answered your question. If I answered your question, comment yes. So if you have any more questions, you can just go ahead and ask me more questions. I would be more than happy to answer these questions right in this live session itself. All right, or else you can just reach out to me. Okay, so that's all about the differences, guys. So getting back to the main topic. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Whenever if your business is generating good amount of money using digital advertising, yeah, just go ahead and do digital advertising. Or else if your business is doing good with traditional ones, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Don't really mess the things up. All right, so that's the whole thing. And guys, any questions? Let me give you a quick break. So if you have any questions, please comment below. So you might get some good questions like the one which I've answered previously. So just put it on this live session itself. So I would be more than happy to answer. Okay, cool. There's another question from Ramdev Yadav. Thanks for the answer, but can't we decide before itself like which type of marketing would be suitable for your business? Yeah, Ramdev, actually I have covered this topic at the beginning of this live session. Okay, so how do we decide is that, okay, so initially whenever, see, if you're doing some business, assume you're doing a business called A. Okay, you're doing a business called A. So what you can do is you need to first understand, see, whenever you want to advertise your products, the first step to do it is understanding your audience. So how to understand your audience is by creating a buyer persona. So what is a buyer persona? Understanding what is the age of your buyer, what is the location of your buyer, what is the job of your buyer, what is the need of your buyer. So this is what a buyer persona is. So once you have a good set of buyer persona, you will understand your audience. Now the next step, so that's the primary step, which is creating buyer persona and understanding your audience. So now the next step is finding whether they were spending time online or somewhere. Okay, so if your business, if your audience spend most of the time in supermarkets, if you feel like your audience spend most of the time at movie theaters, if you feel like your audience spend most of the times ordering food online or else at restaurants or at vegetable market, so assume that you sell a product which are very relatable to vegetables or else fruits. Okay, let's talk about fruits. Okay, you sell some nets to store those fruits, kind of net bags to store those fruits in the refrigerator. Okay, so let's assume if this is your business. Okay, so that means your people, your audience will be spending their time at some fruit market, because whenever they were buying some fruits, they of course they want to store that fruits in their refrigerator. So to store that fruits at refrigerator, they need something. And if you go there and promote your product will be relevant to what they're already doing. They're buying fruits, they want to store it, and that is very relevant. Okay, so I guess you got what I'm trying to say. I guess you got my example. All right, so in the same way, you need to understand where your audience is spending most of their time. Okay, if you feel like your audience spend most of their time in supermarkets, just go ahead and distribute posters, or ask their supermarket owner to keep this set of posters at the reception, at the building table, so people can take those posters while they're doing the billing. Okay, if you feel like your audience spend most of their time online. Okay, and online in the sense, there is Facebook, there is YouTube, there is Instagram, there's TikTok, there's LinkedIn, and there's Google search engine, there's YouTube. There are a lot of the platforms, right? Online is not one single platform. Online is different social media platforms and different kind of search engines like YouTube, Google, Bing, or whatever it is. Now you need to decide where your audience is spending most of their time. If your audience, assume that if your audience is 10th class students. Okay, so we have just got the 10th class results announced. All right, so now what happens is that your audience will visit websites like manabadi.com and the websites which do gives the results. Now probably if your product is like inter coaching for 11th and 12th, now you're going to put your ads on websites which display the products of 10th class people. All right, so, see, why I'm giving you this example is that just understand where your audience is spending most of their time, and that will answer all of your questions. All right. So, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, perfect. I answered your question. That's great. It's good to know that I've answered your question. Uh, Thank you so much, Ramdev, for putting this question. I hope this question adds a lot of value to the audience too, because everyone has this question, but not everyone is coming further and putting this question. But yeah, I guess this question should answer. So this answer should give you some good idea about what you need to do. All right. So, guys, yep. Do you have any questions? Anyone? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Okay. So I would be more than happy to answer this on this particular live session. Okay. So yeah, you can reach me anytime using, for people watching me on Facebook and YouTube, you can just reach out to me on Facebook, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can see the ID display being displayed on the screen. You can reach out to me, and people who are watching me on Instagram, you can just send me a quick message if you want to talk to me about some quick suggestions. Okay, I would be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Okay, so guys, if you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. Okay, so we are done with this live session. I hope I've given some good value for people who are still confused with digital and traditional advertising. So if you still have questions, you can reach out to me anytime. I would be happy to answer your questions. All right, guys. So I hope everything is going good with you people, and see you in tomorrow's session. So let me announce the topic tomorrow at some time, but see you in tomorrow's session. And if you like the content, please don't hesitate to follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel, so you'll be notified as soon as any live is on, any live is being done. All right. So thank you so much for joining me on this live session and participating in this live session by asking some set of questions. And see you in tomorrow's live session. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you.